rights of people as custodians in the society, whose judgments are always expected to be fair. Thrilled with the support of the UNDP, the Commissioner of Police, Pa Asan Silva, underscored the significance of their efforts, as this will help strengthen the trust people have in the police. Alex Da Costa, Finance Resource Mobilization and Communication Specialist at the UNDP, hailed the police for ensuring security in the country through community policing. According to him, the UNDP and the police force has something in common, which is serving on neutral base. With this training, he believes that the initiative will see some massive improvement.
I'm very, very happy that this partnership exists. I'm very, very happy, and I'm proud to say publicly also on behalf of the UNDP that the human rights issue is being moved forward. It has to be moved forward. We need to look for common ground. But you know, there are rights and responsibilities, and I'm sure in your training today you will find out what we mean, if you don't already have an understanding of it, what we mean by rights and responsibilities, because we all have to be responsible within the context of our constitution and also the rules and procedures that prevail in our society, respective societies.
The Inspector General of Police, Yankuba Sonko, urged the young officers to take the training seriously and effect change in the force. If this trend continues, the IGP added the future will be bright for community policing.
It is strongly my belief that our aspiration and effort towards turning the country into a crime-free state is contingent upon the level of public support we received. It is also my belief that this will not come without bridging the current unawareness gap between the police and the community we serve. It is therefore without doubt that the support rendered by the UNDP office will enhance the awareness and confidence building efforts of the unit.
Meanwhile, the UNDP also donated 20 bicycles, a laptop and a projector. It is meant for transportation in a bid to expand the operations of the community policing initiative. The collaboration between the Gambia Police Force and the UNDP has been a long-standing one, and this partnership is set to improve further as the police continue to promote the community policing as an effective tool to engage the public in critical issues dealing with civil police matters. Rahibite, GRTS.
Responsible citizenship was the theme of a day-long forum organized by the National Youth Council at the President's International Award Hall in Bakau. Mohamed Bajan reports on the interface that attracted opinion and youth leaders from Kombo North District.
Citizenship was the critical theme of this training workshop designed for the opinion and youth leaders by the National Youth Council under the aegis of the Ministry of Youth and Sports in partnership with the UNDP.
The workshop itself definitely is very important. We will have to thank the Ministry of Youth and Sports through its, satellite institution, which is the National Youth Council, for gathering, young people across the country, to undergo, this kind of training, to help them actually, be able to capacitize themselves, and be able to realize their potentials, and be also, able to know and understand, the values of the society that they live in, and also to be able to take the responsibility of, their cultural values.
The UNICEF education specialist, Janiari B. Sanyang, underscored the importance of educating young people, arguing that youth can only contribute meaningfully towards nation building if they acquire universal education and training.
Without universal education, countries are less likely to achieve the other development goals. Therefore, education is fundamental, and we must, as youths, go as far as our potentials can afford to that higher height and get that education and training so that we can participate meaningfully in national development.
Mamadi Damfa of the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Employment described youth as the cream of society, calling on them to champion meaningful endeavors for the socio-economic advancement of the country.
As the youth are the cream of the society, we should champion activities which build our communities, and therefore we should also believe in celebrating individuals who make difference in our community.
The Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Malan Jasi, lauded organizers and participants for their diverse representation in the training. He noted that if young people can acquire positive attitudes, then the country will be able to effectively attain Vision 2020, Millennium Development Goals, and the Program for Accelerated Growth and Employment.
We can attain the objectives of the MDGs, we can attain the objectives of the page. And overall, we can really ensure that the attitudes of young people are changed for them to effectively contribute to their local environment, the national environment, and even be good products and positive ambassadors for the Gambia globally.
Having looked at a wide range of issues geared towards the promotion of positive attitudes and the behavioral changes among youth in the Gambia, this is solely one program which could greatly engender the participation of young people in social and domestic situations, making them increasingly involved and responsive to national issues shaping development. Modu Bajan, GRTS.
We now take our first break. The news continues right after.
Uhuru, more than a tablet.
RLG, proudly yours.
Welcome back. While the international community wrestles with its response to the suspected massacre in Syria, CNN has obtained some disturbing video footage from one of the areas in Damascus allegedly hit by chemical weapons. We warn Fred Blyton's exclusive report contains very disturbing images.
A plowed-over lot in the Damascus suburb of Zamalka. This is actually a mass grave with the bodies of many of those killed in last week's alleged chemical weapons attack. There's very little space left, as one resident shows us, and even that space might soon be occupied, with many unidentified bodies in the local field hospital, a lot of them children. The hospital staff says they're trying to find relatives so the corpses can be buried. Others are still recovering. This man says he was trying to evacuate victims. I was helping a lot of women and children and 3 young men, he says. I also evacuated 2 dead bodies. Then there was another explosion. I couldn't breathe, I had cramps, and I couldn't see. The doctors helped me. CNN has exclusively obtained this video from a journalist. One man tells the filmer how he survived thanks to a homemade gas mask. When we came here, the people said we should make some gas masks, he says. This is a plastic cup. At the bottom is some cotton, then coal, and then cotton again. It helps a little bit. Residents say the alleged chemical attack happened in the middle of the night, killing many in their sleep, while others struggled to escape, like 6-year-old Abdul Ghani. After the chemicals hit, they woke us up and told us to put masks on, he says. I told my dad I can't breathe. My father then fainted, and I fainted right after that. But we were found and taken to the emergency room. It's still unclear who's behind the alleged chemical weapons attacks in the Damascus suburbs. The opposition and the government are trading blame for the incident. In an exclusive interview, Syria's information minister said the regime has never used chemical weapons. If the United States administration has proof that we used chemical weapons, then they should present this proof to the rest of the world, he says. If they don't have this proof or evidence, then how are they going to stand up to American public opinion? The UN weapons inspectors were able to continue their mission on Wednesday, heading to the Damascus suburbs, well aware that time is of the essence and every moment lost will make it harder to find conclusive forensic evidence.
Now we want to tell you about an anonymous donation that changed the life of a baby girl suffering from a disorder that caused her head to swell several times its normal size.